Good morning and welcome. Yesterday, I went to my very favorite art supply store because I wanted a metal sharpener for my Prismas. And I knew that if anyone had a metal sharpener, this would be it, and I found it. And not only did I find it, I found a two-holer. So this was what I went for. And of course, I let my feet do the walking, and I spied this piece of paper. Well, all of my leftover 4th of July fireworks went off, and gold, silver, and black. I had to have this piece of paper. And I did. And that, of course, on the driving home, led to my custom keeper. And so I have this spread picked out. I'm going to remove be removing it and setting my custom keeper aside on the floor where it's safe and sound. And I used my Sharpie, very fine, to just put a little outlining on the page. And then I decided, well, I think I should follow some of the motif on my new piece of paper. I'm going to use my Schmincke watercolors because they do contain the two colors that I'm probably going to be using, one definitely and another maybe, and that is the ivory black and maybe neutral, maybe not. I'm going to get out some of my handy dandy brushes. In fact, this is a new one. It's still got the sizing in it. Some paper, and we're off. This is a number 6 black velvet silver 30008, and they hold wonderful amounts of water, and they do very, very lovely shapes and line work. So let's see. Now this, of course, is this is not watercolor paper, but whoops, see, these brushes do hold water. To mop some of that out of there. One this way. I believe I'm going to get a paper clip to keep these papers from moving. But I'm going to do this sort of thing around on the edge, and when I have accomplished that, yes, these need some paper clips. I will return And let's see if I can't tell a collage story. There's that brush getting to do its thing. Very nice. Yes, paper clips and more of this leaves all around, and I will return. Well, I have mission accomplished on the Schmincke Ivory Black. Just to add a little background music, I also used my Distress Ink Black Soot around the edges while I had the papers in my hands. Now, let's begin our collage story that is truly all around that piece of paper. Then I looked in my trove and I found this interesting piece of heavy weight. I believe this came in some sort of packing. I don't think it's paper, although it might be. It might be plastic, but you'll notice it almost looks like a skin of some kind. That, I said, aha, today is the day. I believe I'm going to use my fine liner glue to put this down. I must move that because I can't really see that too well. And I'm thinking right there. Oh my, isn't that interesting? I am so glad I kept this bit of packaging. And next up, I plan on using this one. And I'm not going to worry about parallel here because none of this paper has been cut with that in mind. I just want the visual appeal rather than crazy geometry involved. I'm biting my tongue to keep from whining about tape runners. Tape runners seem to see me and run for the hills. Interesting. That's also very interesting paper. And last but not least, on this one, another piece of that heavyweight paper that came in a package. It was kind of a grab bag, but one that now that I'm quite happy that I grabbed. Down here. Or up here. I'm thinking down here because I like this to break this line a little bit more. Or this way. I'm thinking this way. Yes, and maybe tape runner again. Oh, this is so in another realm for Carol, and I'm absolutely loving this. I can't begin to say how much fun this is, and I'm certainly doing it just telling in my mind a visual story. Well, this side now. I have some goodies over here. I have this piece of suede paper. And I'm thinking quite over here. Yes. This one I want parallel to this edge over here. Quite a different visual treat from these. And next is another piece of this. I believe it is. Yes. Yes, I'm grunting. I need tape runner lessons. I'm sure there's a trick. It's completely passed me by. Now, this wonderful piece of embossed paper. Right there. I think glue. This paper is so wonderful. I take little bits of it to use. I'm saving it like it's gold. Craziness, I know. But if you're a paper lover, just realize that it's finite and it's not going to be around, and you're not going to have it forever, but it would be nice if you'd use it. Now, I'm sorry, I need a little bit of water. And for this last, excuse me, for this last little bit, I went into my stash of needlepoint bits, and this is a part of a painted canvas. And I took a little time yesterday to add some gilt French knots to the center of those flowers, because I thought it would make quite a statement here, and because any excuse for Carol to do a French knot. I think glue on the corners. Yes, yes. And on the back of the threads, the gold threads, give another contact point here. Well, I'm going to sit like this for a while to make absolutely sure that this bit is down. And I need to have a think. I will return. This is one of those times when I so wish I could hear your opinion, because I have this goodie that I saved when I cut apart the inches that I have used in a previous project, maybe last week. And oh, I just thought maybe, right there, the clear bit would show the watercolor underneath. The dark bit might give some definition to that page because it is not as heavy as that one. Oh goodness, I wish I could hear what you have to say on that subject. Anyhow, I'm going to try some of my Uniball gold. I'm thinking that I need to play up some of the gold. Yes. And yes, I'm doing this primarily so that I can put off thinking about that strip. But I realize that if I do put the strip down, I certainly have to have this gold done and dusted, or I'm not going to be able to work under the clear part. Alrighty now. Let's see. It would be nice if I got it closer, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay. Needless to say, I'm going to go around, and when I get back, I will get back to you. Well, this is an example of when I have to force myself to stop. There's something about the visual and the tactile differences on this page that really makes me happy. And I made an executive art decision to add that piece to give a little bit more strength to the side. If you'll notice, I added black to the gold dots. And just as I was about to say, okay, that's it, I got out my trusty Muji pen, my .25, and I worked on those ivory black leaves a little bit. But there are times when you have to force yourself to put a fork in something. And I guess being happy with your own work is the point of the exercise, isn't it? So, if you have enjoyed sharing this piece in which Carol stepped way out of what she usually does and loved every second of it, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Let's have a nice close-up view now. The little bit of shine from the black and the clear over here. And I was not able to use the Muji on all of the ones that were under the clear, and I decided that was perfectly fine. The piece of hand-painted needlepoint canvas certainly makes a statement. This piece is just calling out to be touched, as is this one. It all started yesterday because I wanted to purchase that. And that led to that. And I was off to the races. So, I do hope that you will join me again for my next adventure. Bye now.